Why are you biting my nail? Sometimes this cat just does not. I'm not trying to fight you, man. The window's closed. See this? You always want to wage war. You always want to wage war. You're such a boy. You're such a boy. Look at him trying to fight me. I'm not even doing anything to him. Pow, 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 pow. This is actually called human abuse. He abuses me. I don't abuse him. He just really likes to beat me up for some reason. Yes, don't you? You love to beat me up. I'll sit here like this and he'll just randomly attack me for no reason. Not hard, but like, I think he just wants to roughhouse. You just love to be the center of attention, don't you, buddy? Look at him. He looks like he's going to box me. Anyway, I digress. Everything went well today. My cat looks like he hates me. I promise he doesn't. Anyway, I am back. I had my OB today, my OB appointment, and as promised, I am following up on that because I know how important this part of the TFMR saga really is. So if you find yourself in this unfortunate situation, which like I really hope that you don't, make sure that you go and you get checked by an OB afterwards. Don't put it off. It is very, very important to. You want to make sure that your lining is okay, that everything's healing. Well, let me take that back. The cat distracted me. It's not that you want to make sure your lining is okay. You want to make sure that you don't have any retained product of conception in there, and you want to make sure that you have a fresh start. It's actually quite dangerous if you do have something like lining stuck inside or anything like that. You can get an infection. It can end up causing more scar tissue. If you do have more lining inside, then you're going to end up having to get DNC. So it's very important to go and get that checked out. So I did go today, and as most of you know from other videos, if you watch other videos, I really don't feel comfortable with my OBYN. I just don't. It wasn't the best experience there, and I will say that today kind of confirmed that. It was awful, buddy. It was awful. You're so lucky you're a boy. So to start off, I might put some videos. What side is it? I don't even know what side. This side or this side, because I did manage to record bits of the ultrasound, just so I can kind of show you guys, like, you know, what it would be like. I will say this. I don't know why every time I call this office to make an appointment with this OB for ultrasounds, the appointment center always tells me, oh, make sure you drink water. Lots of water. Just torture yourself having to pee for like an hour and fill your bladder with water, when in reality, they end up always doing a transvaginal ultrasound on me anyway. I don't understand that. Why torture me? I don't get it. So I tortured myself this morning by drinking an exorbitant amount of water, only to be told doing a transvaginal ultrasound, which was fine. It was enough time had passed. It had been about 2 weeks. So the one thing that I did notice right at the bat is everyone was walking on eggshells. Like, I don't want to say eggshells, but I could notice that people felt like very uncomfortable, like they didn't know how I was going to like react. You know, I guess it makes sense. Like, they're there with pregnant women all day long, dealing with women who are more happy, and they know that I just went through something kind of traumatic, so they were definitely like on edge, I guess. Like, they're like, is she gonna be very emotional? Once I showed them that I was okay, they were definitely okay, which was good. So the sonographer looked at everything. She looked at my uterus. I kind of pushed and prodded and was like, is this okay? And she said, oh, right now it looks okay. And then I wanted to ask her if I ovulated. I explained to her that my little phone app had told me that I ovulated, and I wanted to know if I did. And she checked, and she said I did, which was a good thing. So after she checked everything out, she even did a 3D ultrasound on my uterus, which to me, a little shocking because I never even got a 3D ultrasound from them when I was pregnant. But apparently when you're not pregnant, that's when you get a 3D ultrasound. I don't know. But before she sent me to the doctor, she did end up asking me, oh, are you planning on getting pregnant again? And I told her that me and my husband were thinking about doing IVF. And she did end up telling me that her sister ended up going to the same clinic that I was thinking of looking at and had a lot of success. So that was nice. And again, she just went into this little thing of disbelief about what happened because she said, you know, everything looked so normal in our ultrasounds before. So then I went to, you know, the waiting room, because the way that this clinic does it is they kind of like have you go see the sonographer, and then they have you wait in the waiting room, and then the OB will come and get you. And when they came and got me, the nurse, again, was very hesitant to talk to me. She always was like, is she going to be really upset? Like, how is she going to be acting? And once they saw I was okay, they ended up, you know, warming up too. What was funny was she was kind of like shocked because she asked me about my bleeding pattern. She was like, oh, have you been bleeding a lot? Like a psychopath, I like whip out my phone. I'm like, yeah, it's bleeding on this day and this day and this day, ovulated. And she was just like, oh, okay. She probably thought I was nuts. She probably did, but you already know I'm a nutbag, don't you? Yes, you do. Yes, you do. So, you're too cute. So, you know, after that, now this is where things like kick off and get exciting. Well, not exciting, but just a little bit more traumatizing for me. So what's kind of funny about this is that in a video previously, I think the last video I did, I was talking to my husband about how like certain things that women go through, like with reproductive health, are really barbaric in my opinion. Like it's barbaric the way they do certain things without, you know, any sort of numbing or anesthesia. And going through something like this has led me to see that some of these things are very barbaric. And while I'm sitting, in the in the little, you know, room waiting for my OB to come in, I can hear her next door, like in the other, you know, little room with another patient. And I hear the other patient saying like, no, I don't want to do it. And then I hear the OB saying, it's just a polyp. It will be done in 2 seconds. And then I have the patient say, I didn't know that we was going to get this done today. I would have took Advil. And my OB's like, don't worry about it. You don't need Advil. And like, I'm sitting there like, what the heck? Are they going to remove a polyp like right there? Like, how do they even do that? Like, all these thoughts are going through my head. And then I hear this woman screaming in anticipation for her to remove the polyp. It was like something out of like Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I never in my life, I'm sitting there texting my mom like, this woman is screaming and my OB is trying to take a polyp off of her. Is this even normal? I had no idea that stuff happened in office, but let me just tell you, that traumatized even more. That was more verification to just get the hell out of that OB office. Anybody who's that much of a sadist who will be like, sure, let me just remove this polyp from your cervix or your uterus, wherever it was, when the woman's like clearly traumatized and doesn't want to do it, has issues, and I don't want to be a part of that. I really don't. But then, so when she came in, I was a little bit like, you know, scared of her, I would say. That was the last thing. In my mind, I'm thinking, great, I just went through all this, watch her now try to remove a polyp or something from me, but no, she didn't. And she just, you know, she was all standish with me too, which I was kind of grateful after that, after hearing what she was doing to the woman next to me, which was shocking. It was a little bit comforting. She's a little standoffish because I felt odd with her at first. But she basically just told me that everything looked good, that my lining looked, like, I think she's something like 8, I forget the measurement. It was something like 8 thick, I don't know what the measurement is in cubic millimeters, but she said it looked nice and smooth. She told me that my bleeding was normal. She let me know that I wouldn't, that I shouldn't expect to have like a normal period for a while, but she was shocked at how like quick everything was coming back, like, you know, my hormones and how quick my hormone dropped and how my lining looked, and she was surprised at how fast things were kind of like rejuvenating. She did explain to me that for my period might not be like, you know, regular for a while. She said it might be longer than others. Sometimes it might be lighter than others. But she said it's normal. It's just like your body kind of like rejuvenating back into a rhythm again. I will say that I am happy the way things went today, even though they're not like my favorite practice. So I have no idea where that just ended because the memory was full. So no idea when that ended. Just my luck. This is what happens when you have like years of stuff on like a camera. It just gets full. So basically in a nutshell, assuming that this ended where I think it did, the overall experience was good. I feel good knowing that my lining and everything like that is on the right track. I'm good to know that there's no retained products of conception. That's all good. I'm happy to know that I ovulated when I thought I did. And overall, it was a pretty good experience, even though I don't like the OB. I will keep you posted on when my cycle does return. The OB did make it seem like my cycle can be sporadic for a while. She was really shocked with, you know, how well my cycle was returning, like, you know, how quickly I ovulated, how quickly my hormones went down. She just said, you know, be prepared, your cycle might be a little bit wonky for a while. So I'll keep you posted on that. Maybe I won't have it wonky. I mean, so far, things have been seeming to get back to normal pretty quick. But like I said, I've never been through anything like this before, and you never really know. It's hormones. So hormones can be sporadic at times. I do know that supplementing the right way and taking the proper supplements to help overall lining health kind of get back on track is ideal, just because vitamin E helps with like the healing, preventing the scar tissue, things like that. So if you are in this situation, don't avoid disappointment with your OB. I see that some women do. Do not avoid it. It's very good to know that you're okay. You know, you don't want to avoid something like this just because you don't feel like being at the OB again because you were just pregnant and you don't want to go there not pregnant. You want to make sure that you're okay. You want to make sure there's no retained products of conception. You want to make sure that everything's looking good in there, nothing's wrong with your cervix. Just get checked out, you know, and take care of yourself mentally. The happier you are, the more calm you are. Getting rid of stress, it just also helps hormones get back to normal. And just take care of you and take the right supplements and just be easy on yourself. Don't expect yourself to kind of fall or copy my pattern or someone else's or fall right back. Just expect delays, expect ups and downs, but do what you can to bring some sort of normalcy back. And that's why, even though it might seem psycho to like track or do things like that, it's normalcy, because us women track our cycles. When we're trying to get pregnant, we track even harder. So after something like this, it's a really good distraction to just try to track and see what's going on with your body. And it's helped me feel a little bit more normal. Just knowing that I ovulated and paying attention to it felt a little bit more normal. So I hope this helps someone. It's just basically a little explanation of what happened in my first OB video, or first appointment back with my OB. And I'm probably not going back to them again. I'm going to switch. And the next appointment I have will be with the IVF clinic, where my husband and I will get a consult. So I will let you know how that goes. And if you guys have any questions, shoot them in the comments. If you need support, if you're about to go through a TFMR, please go to Reddit and check out the subreddit TFMR_support, because all the women in there are so kind and nice. I mean, I don't know what I would have done without them. So if you're about to go through something like that, please jump on there, ask questions. Everyone there just jumps on to help you, and you'll be okay. And until next time, I guess I'll talk to you guys later. Hopefully this records, and hopefully it's not full again. I'm assuming we're good. So I'll see you next time after my IVF consult. Alright guys, see you later.